The last call at 3:07 am. What if you received a call from someone who shouldn't be alive? And worse, what if they knew exactly where you were? Rafiq never believed in paranormal things, ghost spirits, curses. To him, all of it was just stories. Until one night, everything changed. It started at exactly 3:07 a.m. His phone rang. Unknown number. He ignored it. A few seconds later, it rang again. Annoyed, he picked up. Hello. No response. Just breathing. Slow. Uneven. Rafiq frowned. Who is this? Silence. Then suddenly, a voice. Very faint. Rafiq. His body froze. That voice. He knew it. But it couldn't be. Because the person was dead. 3 days ago, his best friend Imran had passed away in an accident. Rafiq himself had attended the funeral. He saw the body. He saw the burial. There was no mistake. So how was this possible? Stop joking, Rafiq said, trying to stay calm. But the voice replied, I'm not joking. The line started to crackle. Then, I'm still here. The call dropped. Rafiq sat there, heart racing, trying to convince himself it was just a prank, a sick joke, nothing more. But then, his phone vibrated again. This time, a message from the same unknown number. Envelope with arrow, don't turn around. Rafiq slowly felt a chill run down his spine. He was sitting on his bed, facing the wall. Behind him was the door, closed. He didn't move, didn't breathe. Then slowly, his phone buzzed again. Envelope with arrow, I said, don't turn around. Rafiq couldn't take it anymore. He turned. Vast. The room was empty. Door closed. Nothing there. He let out a shaky breath. Okay, this is getting stupid. Then suddenly, his phone rang again. Same number. He picked up immediately. What do you want? This time, the voice was clearer. Closer. You saw me, didn't you? Rafiq's heart dropped. I saw nothing. The voice whispered. Good. Then, because I'm not behind you anymore. Rafiq's eyes widened. Slowly, very slowly, he looked toward his room's corner. And for a split second, he thought he saw something. A shape. Standing. Watching. The lights flickered. Then went out. Darkness. Complete silence. Rafiq grabbed his phone light. Shaking hands, he pointed it toward the corner. Nothing. Empty. Then, right next to his ear, a whisper. So close. It felt real. I told you. Rafiq screamed and dropped the phone. The screen cracked. But the call was still ongoing. From the broken speaker, the voice continued. You didn't listen. Then silence. Morning came. Sunlight filled the room. Everything looked normal again. Too normal. Rafiq tried to forget it. Convince himself. It was stress. Grief. Imagination. Until he checked his phone. Call log. No record. No unknown number. Nothing. Only one thing remained. A single message. Received at 3:07 a.m. Envelope with arrow, tonight again. What if the call wasn't a mistake? What if it was waiting for you to answer again? That entire day, Rafiq couldn't focus on anything. The message kept replaying in his head. Tonight again. He tried to ignore it, tried to act normal, but something felt off. Not outside. Inside. Like he was being watched. Even in daylight. He checked his phone again and again. No unknown number. No call history. No trace. It was as if it never happened. By evening, the fear started building again. Slowly, quietly, like something approaching. Step by step, Rafiq made a decision. Tonight, he wouldn't answer the call. No matter what. 11:47 p.m. He turned off the lights. Tried to sleep. Failed. Every small sound felt louder. Every shadow looked deeper. 1:12 a.m. Still awake. Phone in his hand. Screen glowing faintly. 2:36 a.m. His eyes were heavy, but his mind was wide awake. Then, 3:07 a.m. The phone rang. Same unknown number. No name. No ID. Just ringing. Rafiq stared at it. Heart pounding. This is not real. He whispered. The phone kept ringing. Then suddenly, it stopped. Silence. Rafiq let out a breath. Relief. It's over. Then, ding. A message. Envelope with arrow, why didn't you answer? Rafiq's fingers froze. Envelope with arrow, I was waiting. His throat went dry. He didn't reply. Didn't move. Envelope with arrow, look at the door. Slowly, Rafiq's eyes moved toward it. The door was slightly open. He was sure. He had locked it. The gap was small, but enough to see. Darkness outside. Envelope with arrow, it's already open. Rafiq stood up slowly. Every step felt heavy, like something was pulling him back. He reached the door, pushed it open. The hallway was empty. Silent, but cold. Much colder than before. He stepped out, carefully. Then, behind him, his phone vibrated again. Envelope with arrow, you left your room. Rafiq turned quickly. His room was dark, but something felt wrong. Envelope with arrow, now I can enter. Rafiq's heart stopped. He rushed back inside. The air felt different. Thicker, heavier. His phone light flickered. Then, he saw it. Near the corner. A figure. Not clear. Not fully visible. But there. Standing. Watching. Rafiq couldn't move. Couldn't breathe. Then slowly, the figure tilted its head. And spoke. Not through the phone. Not from a distance. Right there. You finally listened. Rafiq stepped back. No, no. The figure moved slightly closer. Still unclear. Still wrong. I told you not to turn. Rafiq shook his head. You're not real. The voice replied. Then why are you scared? His legs gave out. He fell back onto the bed. Eyes locked on that shape. Then suddenly, the phone rang again. Still in his hand. Same number. Rafiq looked at it. Then at the figure. Then back at the phone. Slowly, he answered. Hello. The voice on the phone said. Look closer. Rafiq lifted his eyes. The figure was gone. Empty corner. Nothing there. His breath shook. It's gone. Then, the voice on the phone whispered, I'm not there anymore. Rafiq's grip tightened. I'm right behind you. Everything went silent. Rafiq didn't turn. He remembered the message. Don't turn around. Seconds passed. Felt like hours. Then, he felt it. A breath. Cold. Right at the back of his neck. Rafiq closed his eyes. Tears forming. What do you want? He whispered. The voice answered softly. Just don't hang up. What if the call never ends? Because it's not just a call anymore. It's a connection. Rafiq didn't hang up. He couldn't. Not because he didn't want to, but because something deep inside him told him. If he did, something worse would happen. The voice stayed on the line. Silent. Breathing. Waiting. Rafiq sat frozen on his bed. Phone pressed against his ear. Eyes wide open. Not daring to move. Are you still there? He whispered. A pause. Then, yes. That voice. Calm. Close. Too close. Rafiq swallowed. What do you want from me? No answer. Just breathing again. Slow. Uneven. Then suddenly. You remember me, right? Rafiq's heart skipped. Imran. It sounded like him again. This isn't you, Rafiq said quickly. You're not Imran. The voice responded. Then why does it sound like me? Rafiq had no answer. The lights flickered again. Once. Twice. Then steady. Look at your phone. Rafiq slowly pulled it away from his ear. The screen was still on. Call ongoing. 000307. He frowned. That didn't make sense. He had answered much earlier. The timer didn't move. Still, 000307. Time doesn't move here. Rafiq froze. How do you? Because you're not where you think you are. The room suddenly felt different. Not darker. Not brighter. Just wrong. Rafiq looked around. Everything was there. His bed. His table. His door. But something felt off. Like a copy. Not the original. Where am I? He whispered. The voice answered. You answered the call. Silence. Rafiq's breathing got heavier. That doesn't make sense. It will. Then, the phone screen changed. A second call appeared. Incoming. From the same number. Rafiq stared at it. Confused. Terrified. How am I already on the call? The voice on his current call whispered. Go on. Answer it. Rafiq hesitated. This is a trap. You're already inside it. His hand trembled. Slowly, he tapped accept. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, he heard it. His own voice. Hello. Rafiq dropped the phone slightly. No. The second call continued. It was him. The exact same voice. Same tone. Same fear. What do you want from me? It was repeating. Everything. From earlier. Rafiq's breathing became erratic. What is this? The voice beside him said. Listen carefully. The second call continued playing. Every word. Every pause. Every breath. Then suddenly, It changed. Don't hang up. That line hadn't happened yet. Rafiq's eyes widened. That's not me. It will be. The room temperature dropped. Again. Then, Rafiq heard something else. A sound. From outside the phone. Footsteps. Inside the room. He slowly looked up. At the doorway. Someone was standing there. Holding a phone. Talking. Hello. Rafiq's body went numb. It was him. Another Rafiq. Standing in the doorway. Repeating everything. Like a loop. Like a recording. You're seeing it now, the voice whispered. Rafiq shook his head violently. No, this isn't real. It's very real. The second Rafiq stepped closer. Still talking on the phone. Still repeating. What do you want from me? Step by step. Closer. Rafiq couldn't move. Couldn't scream. Then, the voice said something new. Something different. Only one of you leaves. Silence. Rafiq's heart stopped. What? One stays. The second Rafiq stopped walking. Now standing right in front of him. Face to face. Same eyes. Same fear. Same everything. Then slowly, the second Rafiq smiled. A small smile. But wrong. Very wrong. Guess which one you are. The lights went out. Complete darkness. Only one thing remained. The sound of the call. Still ongoing. Still connected. What if the real horror is not something chasing you, but something replacing you? Darkness. Complete silence. Only one thing remained. The call. Still connected. Still active. Rafiq couldn't see anything, but he could feel it. Something standing right in front of him. Breathing. Waiting. His hand trembled as he slowly raised the phone. The screen flickered, then lit up again. Call duration 000307. Still the same. You're still here, the voice whispered. Rafiq tried to speak. What do you want? A pause. Then, to continue. Suddenly, the lights came back, and Rafiq saw it. Himself, standing exactly where he was before. Holding a phone. Looking calm. Too calm. Not scared. Not confused. Just watching. Rafiq slowly stood up. No, this isn't possible. The other Rafiq tilted his head slightly. Then said, It is now. Same voice. But steady. Controlled. Rafiq stepped back. You're not me. The other one smiled faintly. Then why are we the same? Silence filled the room. Rafiq looked at his own hands. Shaking. Sweating. Real. Then he looked at the other one. Still. Perfectly still. What are you? Rafiq whispered. The answer came calmly. I'm what answered the call. Rafiq's heart dropped. And you? The other one asked. Rafiq didn't respond. You're what was already here. The meaning hit him slowly, like something sinking deep inside his mind. This wasn't a chase. This wasn't an attack. This was a replacement. Rafiq turned suddenly. Toward the door. He had to leave. Now. But before he could take a step, the voice from the phone spoke again. Don't leave. He froze. If you leave, you won't be the one who returns. Rafiq's breath became heavy. What does that mean? No answer. Only silence. Then, the other Rafiq started walking. Slow, calm, step by step, circling him. "You're scared," it said softly. Rafiq clenched his fists. "I'm not afraid of you." The other one stopped behind him, very close, then whispered, "You should be." Rafiq turned instantly. But no one was there. Empty. His heart raced. He looked around. Nothing. Then, his phone screen changed again. Front camera. Rafiq saw himself, standing still, looking directly at the screen. But he wasn't holding the phone like that. His hands were down. Slowly, the image on the screen smiled. But Rafiq didn't. His blood ran cold. "It's done," the voice whispered. Suddenly, everything went quiet. The call ended. Screen went black. Morning came. Sunlight filled the room. Rafiq woke up. On his bed, everything looked normal, peaceful. He sat up slowly, touched his face, breathing steady. "It was a dream," he whispered. Then, his phone buzzed. A message. Envelope with arrow, "You're finally back." Rafiq frowned. "What?" He opened the front camera, looked at himself. Normal. Everything normal. Then, for a split second, the reflection blinked. But he didn't. Rafiq froze. Then slowly, the reflection smiled. And this time, it didn't stop. Headphone final ending line, impact. Some calls don't connect you to someone else. They connect something else to you.